Hey guys, my name's Hale, and today I'm going to be talking about my insane neighbor, or neighbors, plural. Just a disclaimer to begin, this family, as you're about to find out, was pretty messed up. So, although it is something I laugh about now, it's not. They probably had just so many issues going on. Hold on, I need to shut my window. It's raining outside and we're in a drought, so everybody in California is like, oh my god, we're gonna die. This family is pretty messed up, so I do have my condolences to them. At the same time, they did some pretty crazy shit, so I'm gonna tell you about that. Okay, so to start off, I'll give you their names. It's not actually their names, in case you're not familiar with Storytimes. But my neighbors' names, the mom's name was Marlene, dad's name was Tom, and the son was Cody. Excuse you. So, I had lived in this house since I was born till when I was about 6, because my parents moved us out. They thought me and my sister needed our own bedrooms and everything, but they're condos. So our next door neighbor, we were attached, they were houses, but they're attached condos, in case you don't know what a condo is. Anyway, to give you a little bit of background, the mother would often wear big dark sunglasses, and my dad later told me that he thinks it's because she was a victim of domestic abuse, domestic violence. And she was pretty high-strung. The husband, he was a realtor, and there was nothing very peculiar about him. There was nothing, I don't remember anything significant about him other than this story. And the son was an absolute fucking nightmare. One time when him and my sister were playing, he punched her in the stomach. One time when I was over at their house, I was next to his mom doing dishes. She was doing dishes in the kitchen, and he just comes barreling down the stairs and starts kicking her in the shins for no reason, really, really hard. I was terrified of him, by the way. Also, I think he's about 4 years older than me. I recently found out about a year after he graduated high school, he was at college and he got charged for raping 2 women. So, yeah, they were a pretty messed up family. We kind of knew that they had problems, but not that bad. So, because they never showed, and we knew the child was terrible, but other than that, we didn't know. So we would sometimes go over to their house, sometimes she would watch me and my sister. They threw a lot of house parties for the whole neighborhood. But them and my parents were not friends. They didn't hang out. They were just our neighbors. And nothing bad. They were pretty normal and nice to us the whole entire time we lived there. The trouble started happening when I was around 6 and we decided to move. So I told you that Tom was a realtor. There was another person in the cul-de-sac who's a realtor that my parents were very close with, and then my sister's friends' parents were realtors. So we knew a lot of realtors, but we decided to go with the other person in our neighborhood who my parents were very close with. That's when all the weird shit started happening. I don't remember them ever having a conversation where the neighbors freaked out that we didn't choose them to be our realtor. So, but all of a sudden, weird things started happening, like happy face stickers being stuck all around our house. In the middle of the night, we'd wake up and find them. Our doorbell ringing in the middle of the night. Our, porch light and stuff being smashed out. Okay, so one of the really interesting things that happened to do with our for sale sign. We'd put it up, and then we would wake up in the morning to find it completely slashed in the middle of the night. And so, yeah, my dad put security cameras up, and we caught this biker. Every day he would stop, slash up our sign, and keep going up the hill. And we later found out, because my dad's a little investigator, we later found out that it was a very close friend of our next door neighbor's who was being told to do that. My dad chained up the sign once, but the person still managed to cut through it. So my dad had stuck wires inside the for sale sign in a way that it wouldn't be easy to cut it. So my dad would rewatch the tapes and kind of like be laughing because he'd see the guy struggle and be like, oh, what the hell? One time he put Vaseline on it and you could just see the guy go to grab the sign and cut it, and he goes, like, I don't know, just crazy stuff. So like our for sale sign was always being sabotaged. That was one of the really weird big things. We knew it was them. We knew it was them. I forgot if my dad talked to them about it or anything, but we knew it was them. But my parents didn't file a lawsuit or anything. But the craziest thing that happened was one day when my dad was outside, Marlene got in her car and basically just tried to run him over. It wasn't a scare thing. No, like she actually tried to hit him. And that was a big thing, but again, they didn't file any lawsuits because we were moving houses. I don't know why. They're not the type of people to like file lawsuits or anything like that. That went on for a couple months until we sold our house, and these people were just batshit crazy. Looking back on it, it was just insane at the time. There were so many things happening at once. They were being so hostile, and it was just out of nowhere. It was mostly Marlene who was doing all of this. We knew that. So she must have been pretty, insane in the membrane to be doing that type of shit. So obviously, it is kind of like, ooh, she's batshit crazy, stay away from her, but at the same time there's a little bit of sympathy because there must be a lot wrong with her, and also obviously her son. So we moved houses and we never heard from them again. But the people who did live in the neighborhood, apparently they started acting weird after we moved away. Just, I don't know, weird things were happening, and it was just one of the really weird things of my childhood. But basically every single day something was happening that was sabotaging us. And I just decided to share that story because I thought it's like hilarious and weird all at the same time. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this story. If anybody has had a like weird, sabotagey, crazy neighbor before, comment down below and tell me, because I really would like to hear stories about that. I find it very entertaining. And what else do I say? Follow me on my social media. I'll have it in the dial bar. Subscribe, comment, rate, subscribe, do whatever you want. My whole channel isn't going to be story times, but it's just, I like them. So I'm recording a couple. Shoot me. So yeah, again, my name's Hale, and I hope you have a good day. I'll see you guys later. Bye.